Ventura. My pockets is fit, that Ruba Ventura. I go hard for my city, that Ruba Ventura. I'm up in the gym, that Ruba Ventura. I go hard for my kids, that Ruba Ventura. My pockets is fit, that Ruba Ventura. I go hard for my city, up in the wood. I'm grinding all day, like chopping the wood. I'm swinging these ways, put it all on the line, and I'm leaving my print. That's all on my life, they gon' remember my name. My health, my wealth, all that got drained. Had me pinned down, I was locked in that cage. Finally got out, my motives have changed. Invest in myself, this shadow got gains. Business on business, shit, who would've thought? My people's in need, I'm always on call. Manifested these dreams, I got what I want. I conquer
Everybody,
my
how's it
goals,
going?
and
This
I'm
is another
helping with
episode of
y'all. All the
Insomnia
tables have
Actually
turned. I'm focused, I'm grinding. The
Garage
negative I
Session.
burn.
Check this out, man. We've been going on for quite a few years now, okay, with this constant battle between what is the male and female humans here on Earth, right? And you might think, like I said, we've been going on this for a few years. No, this has been going on for many, many, many years. And where does it come from? This battle for dominance, this battle for power, this battle for who makes the most money, this battle for who is the greatest, who is the best. Where does it come from, right? And who's winning and who's in charge and why? Why is it happening, right? So there's so many things, right? It's hard to even explain. So I had to write notes because this is nothing, this is just opinions, okay? These are my opinions. These are my, how can I say it? This is what I'm viewing through my perspective on the world, okay? This is not all factual information. This is not concrete shit. So, you know, as you can see, things are getting a little complicated for us to, you know, live and agree with whatever opinion. Like right now, as I speak about this, I'll give you an example. As I speak about this and I start to even bring up the topic about men and women and the battle between dominance between the two, it's going to stir some controversy. It's going to have some people waiting for me to say the wrong thing. Well, I'm telling you right now from the start, I'm probably going to say the wrong thing more than once. But again, it's just something that I'm observing and I'm willing to talk about. I have the guts to do that. And you know, this is not an episode on who's better and who's not. It's just going to be based on my opinion on what is, right? So, from what I understand, this battle has been happening for, you know, centuries, right? For maybe, let's say, a few centuries. And you'd have things like women dressing up as boys or men to fight in wars. We have the famous story of Mulan. You guys all know Mulan. Disney, right? You guys all love Disney. So now these things were happening, and why? What was the cause? Is there something in those specific type of women that have that natural instinct to be warriors and fighters? Are they just born that way, or are they taught that way by having very alpha-like male figures in their life, like their father, you know? And I think about these things because I have 3 daughters of my own. So I can almost guarantee that they're going to have that little edge in them genetically, and because of what I've taught them on how to represent themselves and how to take care and respect themselves. So I could be creating this movement of women that are not tolerant of, as you can say, beta males or subprimal males, in the Liver King's words. And you know, it could be because of that. It could be because men like myself are creating these women to grow up to be more dominating. Now, I understand that that can be an issue along the line, even for their own personal lives. So I do teach them how to be dominant, but I also teach them when to be respectful and how to treat a man that is treating them with respect and providing. So all these things have to have balance. I'm not just saying you don't need a man, you don't need a man to be successful, do everything on your own. I don't teach that. I teach them that they do need a man, that they do need themselves first of all to be successful and to have someone that's going to support their goals, and they have somebody that they can support their goals. Because for one, they need to be with a man that has goals, that has already accomplished something. You can't be this 19, 20-year-old dude and haven't accomplished shit, and you have a girlfriend and you're holding her hand and she's holding yours and you guys haven't done shit in your lives. There's nothing to be proud of in that relationship. There has to be something that you bring to the table as a boy and a girl. So now back to this battle. I feel that a lot of this is getting out of hand. Okay, because for one, men like myself, we fight for the rights of men. We fight for the rights of women equally. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm any label as feminist or whatever. I'm not that. I have my own beliefs, and they might fall into some categories, but they might be contradicting in other ways because I believe things from all areas. All right. So I do feel that women should have a right to work if they want to. I don't believe that women should be categorized as elite women, and lower income women are known as not the bad boss ones, you know, and I use quotes on that because a lot of these women are being told that if you're not making money and you're not on your own, you're not a boss, B-I-T-C-H, you know. And all these things are programming women to believe that they can't be successful or have the trophies if they're attached to a male figure. They have to be alone. They have to be single. And that's where the fight comes in, because they are fighting against themselves. And I tell you this because men don't really give a fuck. I'm going to be straight up. Men don't give a fuck if a woman has a job. Men don't give a fuck if she's a bad B-I-T-C-H. Men don't give a fuck about any of that. All they care about is she respecting me? Is she loving me? Is she giving me attention? And is she loyal? That's all we care about. We don't care about looks. We don't care about anything about money. You don't have to bring shit to the table. You can be in your PJs all fucking day and you'll be the most beautiful woman ever. But on the other hand, women are being programmed. And again, this is all opinions. This is all through my perspective. Are being programmed now to not be able to feel satisfied or accomplished unless they're single. For one, single. They're making money on their own. And they are in a position where they can raise their kids alone. Those things are what I'm understanding is what's making these women feel like they've succeeded in life. I don't think that's success. I think that's setting yourself up to be miserable. What good is it? And this is me as a man who is not rich, but I have worked hard for my money and I have good amounts of money. What good is it if I can't share it with the person I love? Okay, the other hand, if I'm a single dude and I don't have kids and any of that, yeah, I'll have fun. I'll do whatever I want. The world is mine. But I'm not that guy. I'm the other one. I have a family. What good would it be to have this amount of money and this amount of work ethic and this amount of motivation if I can't share it with the people I care about? Why would I want to leave them? Why would I want to say, all right, I'm successful. I just made $3 million. Peace the fuck out, family. I'm gone. I don't find any sense in that. Or why would a man like myself say, I don't want to have a baby's mama. I just want a woman to have kids with, and I don't need her to raise these kids. I could be a single dad. I don't give a fuck. I don't need nobody. That doesn't ring well, does it? But yeah, we have to tolerate this talk from this new generation of women. And I say tolerate it because as men, we honestly don't care. We don't really want to engage in these type of conversations. The only reason I'm bringing it up now is because I'm noticing that it's affecting almost everyone worldwide. It's affecting everyone, and it's now putting pressure on people that don't believe in that system, that are women, and they want to be a housewife. They have their degrees, but they rather be at home and tend to their kids and have a happy life that way. And I don't see anything wrong with that. And, you know, if it was the other way around, where a man wanted to be a stay-at-home dad, you already know that if a woman has a college degree of any kind, she's more likely to dip on the dude at like a 90% chance. And without a college degree, it's probably like an 80% chance that she'll still leave him when she starts making a little bit of money. So think about these things. Think about how that system works and why the battle is being created. It's not a battle between men and women. It's about a battle between women amongst women. And it's just trickling down on us. And we're being used to create this heel. We're the bad guy. Because there has to be a bad guy in the story. If the bad guy was another female, the story wouldn't make sense and it would crumble and it would fall apart. But there needs to be a bad guy. So all these dudes that are beta males and not doing their job and fulfilling their duty as a man, they're easy to get picked out and be seen as the justification on why women are thinking this way about men. It's tough. And it's not that complicated. I hope I can break this bitch down as easy as possible. And, you know, I think that there's more opportunity, more strength when a woman can see a man as something of use. We are of good use. When we find a person that we care about and we love, we will do whatever it takes to make that person happy. We will get any job. We will get the money. We would be educating ourselves to figure it out. We will make it work to make sure that the relationship works. We are working dogs. That's what we do. Now, women are not taking advantage of the power they have. You guys have so much power as being women. You tell us to jump, we will tell you how high, if we trust you. Now, that's another thing. How do you build that trust? How do you build that connection? And it all comes down to understanding what a man should communicate about and what they shouldn't as a woman. Don't over expect a man to communicate about all his problems to you. That's not going to make him a better person in the relationship. We can hold things in for the whole rest of our lives and still perform well as a father, as a husband, as a boyfriend, as a whatever. Just let us do our thing. Let us make our money. Let us be the provider. Let us go hunt for shit. Let us go make shit happen. Let us keep making the world turn. That's all we expect. That's all we need. Anything else is going to cause stress. It's going to cause stress on us, and it's going to make things go off the plan. So now, my biggest question that I always ask is, if we were created to mesh well, to be together as two opposite parts, why the constant fight for dominance? And where did it come from? It's what I ask myself all the time. Where did this come from? Because a real dominant man, a real alpha man, a real strong man doesn't need to prove his dominance. We don't walk in a room telling everyone, yeah, I can beat everyone's ass in here. I have so much training, I can do this, so fuck off, I'm the dominant one here. We don't do that. A true dominant man can walk into any place and it'll be felt. It's an energy. It's an energy that's acquired through failures, through pain, through death. Everything that is bad, everything that is dark, everything that is horrific in this world is what makes a man truly dominant. And you have to remember, we don't have dominance over humans. We have dominance over what kills us deep inside. You cannot acquire that. Even some men cannot acquire that because they haven't felt that. Or they're too afraid to feel that. So the battle is not men and women, in my opinion. The battle is women against women. Because men can give two shits about what they're fighting for and how dominant they want to be over men. Because the only ones that it affects and stirs the pot with are the weak men. And the reason that those men are weak is because they haven't had enough hardship, or they feel that they're entitled to something without working for it. Now, this is where the other part comes in, where it could be contradicting. Because I told you, I have my beliefs. I don't label myself as anything. I don't label myself as non-feminist, feminist, liberal, right, left side, none of that shit. I have my beliefs, and whatever you think those fall into, that's your thing, not for me. So now, I do believe that women should have some level of dominance in a relationship. But that woman needs to earn that dominance. She needs to be with that man from day one. She needs to have been with that man since he was a loser, no money, broke as fuck, only had dreams, and it didn't look like it was going to end well for the future of that man. If she stuck by him throughout that process, she has earned her right to have some dominance in that relationship and say what should and should not be, as well as along with that man, because she has built so much with that man. Now, you can't be just a girlfriend that swoops into this guy's life after he's made his money, or he's about to, and you can feel it. I know you girls can feel it. And just start trying to call the shots. You're not going to get good feedback from that guy or man. You're going to get cheated on. You're going to get hated on. And you're going to be used up. And you're going to be in that circle that you're already in right now. Because the man doesn't trust you. He doesn't find you loyal. And we're not talking about loyal as in you're not being with other men. There's other forms of loyalty. Like not cowering away and leaving when he's about to fail with something. You need to stick around if you want to earn your right to have that 50-50 opinion considered in the relationship. So for you to have dominance, I do agree that women should have dominance in a relationship to a certain extent, but she has to earn the right to get that. She needs to be with the guy and really push him up to be successful so that he can look back and say, hey, what are you doing down there? Let me pull you up here with me because we did this together. Do you see how that works? It takes work. It takes hard work. More than love, more than trust, more than loyalty, more than the fuck-ups that are going to happen in the relationship. It takes hard work and patience and understanding. Because another thing that you should understand is we are the type of, creatures as men that want to dominate almost everything. If we have the right gears put into place, we will conquer things all the time. We will mark our territory on different things all the fucking time. And in my case, if it makes me money, bam, I'll piss on it. If an idea makes me money, I'll piss on it. It's mine. Don't fuck with my shit. That's the kind of guy I am. Not in a literal sense, but you understand. And I think women are trying to adopt that understanding of how to build your territory, right? Women are going around pissing on every guy that they fuck to claim their territory, but it doesn't work that way. We're different beings. I know it's a double standard. I know it sounds fucked up. I know it sounds like it shouldn't be said, but the reality is everyone on this planet knows that if a man has relationships with other women, it's not seen as bad as when a woman does it. Has multiple partners, has children all over the place. It's not seen well. It doesn't feel right. The mothers of those women will even tell them, stop dating around. Go back to the man that you had the babies with. What are you doing? Even though that guy is a piece of shit and doesn't provide for his kids, the mother of those women will tell them, hey, go back to that guy. What are you doing? Especially in the Mexican culture, it's like, deal with the bullshit or you're sinning against God. So it's an unnatural thing for women to be jumping around different beds and different dudes and feeling like they're dominating the game. That's not how it works. It doesn't sit well, and it fucks up your career, fucks up your lives. It's not going to be the same outcome as it is for men, and that's the reality. So now, for you to get a man to not jump around and to be loyal to you, you have to do something very simple. Stick by him. Understand him. Let him do the work. And as that time progresses and you both become successful, there will be no battle between you. The trust will be built. I know it sounds crazy. These are just my opinions. It's not a fact. Do not take my advice on this. I'm just saying, from my perspective, it's worked out. Okay? It's worked out just fine. I'm not saying it was a perfect journey, but for me, I did what was necessary to get ahead. That's it. Now we have to take something else into consideration. Some men need more support from a good woman to become successful. Some men need motivation from a third party to become successful. Some men just don't have it in them to do things on their own and be alone. They cower, they lose. Now, what happens to these men? I'll tell you this. If you're a woman, don't waste your time trying to change a guy who is not up to par with what your standards are. Don't waste your time. Don't do it. Stay back. And if those are the only guys you're attracting, stay back, focus on yourself, be a better person, try again. That's it. And unfortunately, no matter what you do for these men, they will never change. Not for anyone in specific. They're looking for that one person. And if it's not you, you're never going to change them, so just don't get too serious. And it has nothing to do with you, it's not your fault. But it's going to take a group of men to motivate this individual and get them to be strong. And when they become strong, you're most likely not going to be the woman for him. because he found you and he attracted you when he was weak. I'll take a pause for a second. If you find a man and he doesn't have a great job and he doesn't find anything in life motivating, and you're trying to change him, just remember this. He attracted you at his lowest point. He will not have you at his highest point. So you need to be a stronger individual as a woman and see these signs. Sometimes it's not about you. Sometimes it's not about you as a woman. Sometimes it's just you're not fixing yourself to attract these better, high caliber men. And to attract a high caliber man doesn't mean that guy has to have $1 million. A high caliber man has respect, has responsibilities, makes good money. But he's not going to let you walk into his life for free and get a ring on it. You're going to get something. You're going to get some sex probably, but you're not going to get a ring. Because guess what? You weren't there to start. So you can feel proud amongst all your girlfriends and all your friends and say, hey, I got this guy and he has a badass car and he's my boyfriend and I want to marry him. He's not thinking that, I guarantee it. The reason is you weren't there throughout the process. You're just in and out of his life. You people, you women are having the problem of making love to men who are just having sex with you. You're making love to men who are just having sex with you. And that's the problem. It's tough. It's tough to hear, but it's coming from a dude that works hard. I have respect for women. I have respect for anyone, in all honesty. But I hate to see this go on. I know I'm not going to make a difference talking about this, but yeah, if you guys disagree with anything I say, just leave it in the comment section and we can make another video and I could bring some guests on that are women that can, you know, maybe inspire me to think differently. But from what I understand, the battle between men and women is not real. It's just women against women. It's women that have been disappointed by men, that have been in a traumatic experience from men, that are trying to teach other women to have this distrust with all men in general. We are not all the bad guy. Yes, there are some horrible human beings, but they come in all shapes, sizes, and genders, right? They come in male and female. So now, if we talk about that, the other question I commonly ask myself is, when I watch the news and I read these articles now, there's a transgender female. I hope I'm saying that right. A man that transitioned into a woman is now looking at death, the death penalty. Committed a horrific murder. Now, who's going to back up that person? Who's going to back up that woman? Who? Now the transgender community is going to have to put one on the records, another one, for murder. This proves that even if you consider yourself transgender and you're moving on and transitioning into being a woman from being born as a man, where did that killer instinct come from in this individual that carried on from the brain that was born to now the female transitioned brain? Still a murderer. That's strange to me, right? I don't understand it, and I don't know if anyone's actually going to talk about it. It's just an article right now. It's pretty recent. I'm not sure if it's going to go viral because it's a transgender female that committed murder, and she's on the death penalty. Now we have a basketball player that was traded in, female, and we left a Marine behind. What's going on? So this constant battle to please the opposite sex from males is female, to please the movement that we are equal. Why would this man transition into a woman? What was the motive? Now again, I'm going to talk about it because it needs to be talked about. And this does have to do with the battle that we're fighting now. We're fighting for equality for all genders, right? That's the US right now. But check this out. Now I'm going to read this because I want you guys to understand what's going on and what I'm reading. Tuesday will bring the first execution of an openly transgender woman in the US. Unless clemency comes at the last minute, Amber McLaughlin, 49 years old, is scheduled to die by lethal injection over the 2003 murder of Beverly Gunther, a former girlfriend. McLaughlin was convicted in 2006 and began transitioning while behind bars. That's from Daily News, okay? Transitioning behind bars. What was the motive of transitioning? What, did she think she was going to get a lesser sentence as a female? Because in her male brain, she thought men are going to get executed for this shit. Women never get executed for this shit. Let me transition while in jail so that no one can say shit about it. Well, guess what, fucker? The plan didn't work. You are now going to be executed for the murder of that woman. You can't run away from things like this. And we can't keep supporting this bullshit like this. I, for one, won't. Because it's putting people in danger. It's getting people killed. Yes, there are people who transition that actually fully want to transition. That's fine. I understand. But if it's in a place where they've gotten themselves in trouble and decide to transition, you know the motive isn't right. The reason is not true and honest. This person only transitioned because they were going to get into trouble because they murdered someone. But yet, I'm pretty damn sure there's going to be an army outside saying, do not kill this woman. She doesn't deserve to die. Equal rights for this transgender woman. No fucking way. I hope you guys do your research before you guys start to support people like this, because it's not good. Not everyone is transitioning with good intention or for a real reason, because they truly believe they're a woman or a man. Some people are transitioning because of this, and they're getting away with it because we keep making these things accepted. So the battle is not men against women. It's not women against women. Another case where that male swimmer ranked 473rd against males in swimming, competed against female swimmers at a top level and won first place. You guys remember that? And who let him in? Yeah, the NCAA, or NCAA, I'm sorry, yeah, I believe it was the NCAA. Female panel voted him in. After that fucker won, she dominated these women. She dominated. It was crazy. The worst swimmer in male divisions beat the best swimmers in the female divisions. Now, when she won, the other females did not want to take photos with this transitioned woman. They did not. They didn't want to stand next to her. They said it was unfair. They said it was not real. People started getting angry. People started hating. Hate speech was like towards this swimmer. But who let this dude in, or woman in, to swim with these other girls? Women did. Now, Jenner, she won Female of the Year after being a woman for less than a year. Most of you that have been women all your lives have not had a shot of being Woman of the Year. And this person was a woman for less than a year or so and won that prize from you. All I'm saying is that's going to cause suppressed anger, because I know not everyone agrees with it, but everyone is keeping their mouth shut. And keeping your mouth shut is going to kill you inside, and it's going to blow up. And in the way that it's blowing up, you're pushing all that anger towards men, when we don't give two shits about this. We don't. Live and let live. Just do your fucking job, whatever you choose to be in your life. There is no hate. There is no pain from a man that sees another man turn into a woman. I don't care. But there are consequences to this in society that are going to boil and explode at some point. Now you have to also understand that these weirdos, these pedophiles, these creeps are capitalizing on the gay movement and making the gay community look bad. It's my opinion. I'm not speaking for the gay community. It's my opinion through my observation. I have many friends and people that I am excited to hear and learn from that are in the gay community, male and female and transgender. Not everyone is comfortable with how business is going on, and people are capitalizing and making money off the gay community without their consent fully. All of these things are boiling up and bottling up inside of people's bodies and minds. But guess who they pick on as the person who is trying to bring this down? The men, the heterosexual men. And I don't think that's necessarily true. Yes, there are fucking assholes out there. There are. I know there are. But this battle, this fight needs to stop. Because the reality that in all sexualities and all preferences, there's going to be a group of fucking weirdos and assholes. There's a bunch of dudes that I don't talk to because they're fucking assholes. There's a bunch of women that I don't talk to because they are just rude. There's a bunch of gay people that I don't talk to because they are rude to me. It's everywhere. The battle is not against ourselves, it's against the people who disrespect us. Now, if you choose to believe that everyone is out to get you, that's a whole different story. This is the United States. You have to remember, we have the freedom of speech. So if you have the right to speak on heterosexual men in a demeaning, degrading way, I should have the right to defend myself in a respectful manner. And I will never raise my voice or raise my fists against any other human being that doesn't physically touch me or try to hurt me. That's not how I work. That's not how I live my life. There's too much pain and too much suffering that I've gone through in my life in general that I don't want to cause any pain towards anyone else. And I keep myself lit up with the most energy of positivity in my life. It's a light. It's a light. It's in all of us. This battle needs to stop between men and women. Because men and women, and yes, I'm singling out the males that are heterosexual and the females that are heterosexual because I am heterosexual. I am talking to the group that I am a part of in this time. We need to work together. We need to keep our families strong. We need to keep creating better families for the future. We need to work together to have our businesses flourish, to have our dreams become a reality. We have to work together. We have to stop fighting each other. There's too many people fighting out there. We can't fight ourselves. We're all we got. This battle has been going on for ages. But why? Because we're getting programmed to believe that it's okay to have a dysfunctional family and we should be proud of that. It's not something to be proud of. Stop labeling yourselves as toxic. Stop labeling yourself as something degrading. Stop calling yourselves in a degrading, demeaning way that you're a bitch and you're the baddest one. No. It's not going to work that way. Now, on the other hand, before this drags on too long, I don't want to piss everyone off in one shot. I want to take my time with that, but, it's difficult. It's difficult to find peace right now. I'm not looking for peace. I'm looking for a world where everyone knows where they belong and we can work together without harm. There's no need for us to get involved in other people's personal lives and what their sexual preferences are and why it's not good for us and why it's hurting my family. It doesn't hurt my family if someone marries a male that is a male. It doesn't hurt my family. It doesn't make me get a divorce. We got to stop thinking that way. Let them live. Let them have fun and feel loved. It's human. It's human nature to want to feel loved. And I can accept that not everyone's going to feel loved by the opposite sex. But also, all I ask is that everyone can stop trying to cram this belief system that everyone should have some kind of gay teaching in every household. That it's okay to say it's normal to your kids, and if they turn gay or want to be gay, that it's okay. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. I'm going to be honest with you. How can I teach my children to be open to being gay and ask them if they're gay and they should be gay when I married a woman and I created them through the way that is most natural in the world? How? How can I teach that when I was never taught that and I don't know that? And why should I be feeling obligated to do so? Now, if I went and made a huge speech like this one to the world, and I said everyone with a gay family, two parents that are the same sex that are adopting children, should teach that it is normal and okay, and it's preferable to be with someone of the opposite sex. Let's make an alphabet book describing with each letter how it's preferable in this society that you're heterosexual. How would that sit? Now I'm invading your space with my beliefs. That's what's happening. That's what I feel is happening, and it feels personal. So I won't do that. I'm not going to lie to people. I won't do that because it's not how I was raised. It's not what I believe in my heart. So this battle is not even between men and women, but it's getting disguised as a battle between men and women. Women who are seeking that man that is providing, strong, can be encouraging, motivating to them, respectful, loving, everything. The majority of those women are pretty damn happy with that life. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. On the other hand, there are women that work hard and give 50% of what's on the bill sheet for the house and for the bills and for whatever. That's their life. It's not my personal life. You know? These things are complicated things to talk about. But more than often, the biggest thing is we do work together well. We do manage to work against those people that are trying to suppress us. Whatever community you're in, LGBTQ plus, straight, lesbian, transgender, whatever. There are a group of people that I know personally that are everywhere that work together as a team to get rid of these assholes that are capitalizing on causing drama in all of our lives. And those are the things I want to focus on because that's what's important. We need to help each other come up on that ladder. Give each other a boost. Keep caring for each other. Keep getting in shape. Keep staying strong. Don't get bored. Stop sitting at home on your computer being a troll and fucking with people. You don't have to do that. Stop fighting a battle for people that don't want their battles fought for them. Just because you assume they need help and they look weak or vulnerable to you. Every time I see someone fighting a battle for a woman or for a man or for a gay person, they're capable of fighting their own battles. Just leave people alone. You know, there's a very famous thing going on Instagram and on Facebook, I believe, where I saw this guy, I'm pretty sure you guys saw it, dressed as a Mexican dude with a sombrero and a sarape, and he was walking around college campus. And everyone, he was a white dude, and everyone that was either black, white, Asian, not Mexican, were saying that he was being inappropriate, that he was racist, that he should take that effing disguise off. It looks stupid, and he's stereotyping us as Mexicans. And he's like, but why? It's my costume. Like, what the heck? I appreciate these people. It was a test, right? Now this fool goes to a plaza where there's nothing but Mexicans, and guess what? Wearing the same fake mustache, sombrero, sarape, all the stereotypical shit. He looked like Speedy Gonzalez, literally. He said, hey, does my outfit offend you? To a gentleman there, a Mexican guy, speaks only Spanish. He says, no, I like it. It looks great. I'm glad you're wearing it. Take pictures with him. They take pictures with him. They're enjoying it. Stop trying to fight people's battles when you don't know how they feel about the situation, and stop getting fucking hurt for them. Speak for your damn self and let people speak for themselves. That's definitely what I teach my kids. Above all things, do not keep your mouth shut. If someone speaks for you, tell them it is unnecessary. It is unnecessary for someone to speak for you when you have your own beliefs. Remember, you are strong, whatever walk of life you're in. So anyway, the battle between men and women, to summarize this shit, I don't think it's a battle between men and women. I think men and women get along just perfectly fine. Yes, we argue. Yes, we break up and split up and get arguments and get back together, but that's our nature. It works out in the end. Ultimately, women need and feel safe with a man that can fuck someone up if they try to hurt them, that can teach them how to be more observant in their surroundings when they're out and about in difficult areas. They want a dad that can provide for their kids that they created together. They want the dad to be edgy, a bit of an asshole, but very compassionate and very caring, but not soft. So that's Insomniacally Garage Sessions. This one's gonna be a doozy. I'm gonna bring some guests on. We need to talk about these type of topics with a group because I want to know. I like to learn. I love to learn, but I am surprised that McLaughlin woman, and that's what kind of stirred my ideas about making this, was that she's gonna get executed through lethal injection, and the fact that she transitioned while behind bars when she committed a crime in 2003 as a male, not transitioned yet, as a male in 2003, killed his girlfriend, went to jail, was convicted, and in jail, he transitioned into a female. For what? Ask that question yourselves. Do some research. For what? Why did he do that behind bars? Why didn't he do it any other time? Insomniacally Garage Sessions. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Hit the like, share. Peace.
I'm up in the gym. That Rua Ventura. I go hard for my kids. That Rua Ventura. My pockets is fit. That Rua Ventura. I go hard for my city. That Rua Ventura. I'm up in the gym. That Rua Ventura. I go hard for my kids. That Rua Ventura. My pockets is fit. That Rua Ventura. I go hard for my city. Up in the wood. I'm grinding all day. Like chopping the wood. I'm swinging these ways. Put it all on the line. And I'm leaving my print. That's all on my life. They gon' remember my name. My health, my wealth, all that got drained.